Yeah, so that was scary. That woman, she was just laughing like a wicked witch. Um, so I'm approaching. Look at that. I don't know if this is part of the flats. Probably, but it kind of reminds me of like I had to go down to the U.S. Marshals seven times, and it's like I yesterday I was yelling and calling the judges losers, but they all did me a favor. And it's like it just makes every day it becomes clearer to me. So I don't have a problem with Stephen Philip Calabrese. He knew I wasn't going to go to another hospital. Well, he suggested I do that, and he didn't want to send me to prison. So I said, no, I'm not doing it. So that's why I went to prison. And, people said, well, it would have been easier if you went to well, I'm not shooting for easy, stupid bitches. And it's like, I remember when that, I don't know what Nicole, like the first thing I saw Nicole Kidman in was like The Days of Thunder, the race car movie, and she's such a skank. And that's where she hoodwinked and got Tom Cruise. Oh, she's so gross. So, they can turn. Australia was a prison. The whole country was really a prison. Or maybe not the whole thing, but there's that land of Tasmania. I just think all these bitches should be sent to the moon or Mars, because they can plant things on Mars. They can survive on Mars. And so there was when I was a professor at Kaplan, I had this. I had a cool office hour, and so virtually it was online, and I learned that you can sign up and opt to go to Mars, but you can never come back. You have to say you're not going to ever come back, even though Elon Musk is and NASA have created. They've created the technology. Male scientists, men scientists, not female fucking murderous astronauts. 1986. So I learned that Obama was, you can go to Mars and relocate there and live there if you want to, and it was like, so I asked my students, I said, who would do that? Anyone in this class would do that? And they didn't really answer. But I asked my sons, and they're like, no way. So, but I think it should be, I think Donald Trump, Jill at Mahoney Jail, this evil black woman, they put her in a mental institution. She said she didn't think she was going to go for very long, but she should go there for life. And those bitches on M2, none of them should get out. None of them. Actually, there was one woman named Hunter. She was nice to me. She was respectful to me. And Shimmy's going to get out. Let's see. Really, that's about it. And it's like, there was this stupid bitch named Destiny White. Fucking loser. So she's getting out in like December, if not before. She has her sugar daddy, and these women are losers. They're just stay away from them. Whoever Destiny White's sugar daddy is, don't fucking be so nice to her. She's a terrible person. And then there was this Mariah Butler. Fuck, man. Fucking terrible. All of them were terrible. All of them. But I learned so much. And I studied a lot and did a lot of artwork and exposed them. It's like Dr. Paul was awesome. He was too nice to them, though. He doesn't mind. So there was one day, her name was what was her name? Diamond Logan, fucking black cunt, just terrible, evil. And so Destiny was talking, and Destiny was being all annoying, but she was just talking, being positive, she wasn't being negative before our community meeting at 8 o'clock. And so Diamond says, shut up, bitch, stupid bitch. And I said, well, no. I'm not hearing that in here. Not on my watch. You're not doing that with me in here. I said, Destiny's got her whole life ahead of her. Shut up. And so she did, and then Gilmore and another officer came in, a social worker, I think, and took her out. But, she didn't get punished. And then Crystal, a black girl, she's in there for life. I was on the phone and probably calling Nancy, and she comes by and she's like nods at me and gives me a mint. Nobody's gonna get away with your fucking. So one day, Logan, she's a bitch too. She's just like fucking evil. And she said something, she admitted something like, well, sometimes I'm wrong or whatever. Dr. Paul said to her, well, that's great that was probably really hard for you to admit that. And I want to, acknowledge that. So that day she had a fucking nervous breakdown and they put her on M3. So these bitches are fucked up. They're fucked up and they don't care. They don't care. And so this woman named Temple, who I came in from Oklahoma Transfer Center, she's a fucking Arab Israeli Jew, Temple Alvarado Ordis. And I know she murdered her first husband, who is Jewish, and then she's got an international passport. And then the second husband, she got a 10-year protection order against him because he drank. The Mexican, Hispanic guy. Then, so this third husband, she hates him. She hates Donald Trump. And you're such a liar, Temple. But I worked it with you. I became the master mama. Fucking sweet as pie. I was so nice to you fucking cunts at Carswell and Hazleton. But, I needed to learn. Because then I can tell the world that every fucking 4.5 billion, about 4 to 4.5 billion cunts, the Grande's like, no, there are some good women. I don't believe you. I disagree. I didn't say that though. I said, well, that's good that you know some good ones. I don't. And neither does my attorney, Kevin Cafferty, who's not my attorney anymore. So, I know you did your best for me. You're not a loser. Judge Stephen Philip Calabrese is not a loser. And all those interns in there, are future judges, but there's too many fucking sluts. No sluts should be judges. They can be prosecutors because they're going to put the other bitches, lock them away. But the bitches are not, Stephanie Wojcicki was hard on me because she's a fucking loser. So, but that it served me. It was good for me. It was great, actually. It's a heck of a lot easier in prisons and jails. Much more relaxing and peaceful. I'm stressed out on it. I don't want to go back, but I'm very, very stressed out. I'm looking forward to this, a little bit of sweating, but I'm not doing anything else. I don't know, maybe I'll stretch. I don't agree with that. I don't want to stretch and do that in a gym so other men see me. It's not appropriate. I'm not a loser like these slutty women that go to gyms. I don't like gyms. We went to the YMCA because when our kids were little, it was a great YMCA in Encinitas. So, there was a lot of good memories there, and they had the child care and all that. So, we did all that. We did so many things, the four of us. And I could just, I just don't, my dad's like, I apologized to my dad because I said, I'm sorry I said something negative about Barry yesterday and my second ex-husband, his second son. And I said, I think he's just miserable, he's just not happy. And my dad knows. And I said, same with my second ex-husband, and I just don't, So, but, I'm basically preaching to the choir because he's not fulfilled with Linnell. It's like, or moving to Tennessee, but he's going to do it. But, Grande made the good point that the weather's better, it's going to be better than in Tennessee, not as humid. And, maybe he can find a lake or he can, and Grande even said, like, maybe move there. I have paid my rent for 6 months. Maybe I can talk to my probation officer about still having him, and can he do it with me in Tennessee? I don't want to live with Linnell, but I just don't see myself. Yeah, I'm a mover and a shaker. Okay, yeah.